lying about my character and my intentions.
A civil war is an awful, awful thing. Unless it's a feminist civil war. Let's call them what they are. Far left-wing extremists. And two of these far left extremists have gone to war with each other. The first of them, this Abbie Chatfield. I had no idea who she was until a few weeks ago when she began to invade my consciousness, appearing all over social media, doing promos for the Greens Party, DJing with Adam Bant in an attempt to make him look hip and cool, which clearly didn't work as he lost his seat. So apparently she is an Australian media personality. An Australian media personality. How do you become one of them? Is there a uni course for that, or do you just have to suck a load of balls, or maybe sacrifice a child at your local Masonic lodge? The other harpy is Clementine Ford, old clammy snatch herself. She rarely makes the headlines these days. It probably didn't go down too well when she started urging girls to kill all men. What on earth could have set these two beautiful ladies against each other? I wasn't clear on what their argument was all about. I thought maybe it was like an Israel-Palestine thing. I was thinking one of them was a pro-Israel leftist and the other was a pro-Palestine leftist, but no, it's just one accusing the other of not being leftist enough.
Please stop dehumanizing me. Please, you can criticize my content, you can criticize my work, just I'm begging you to stop lying about my intentions and stop saying that I have a personality disorder. You don't know me.
Abbie has been posting videos like this the entire week, mostly in response to Clementine Ford, but then she's also responding to anyone else who criticises her. One video she'll be in tears, fake tears of course, then in the next she's giving a smug lecture to the trolls, goading them on to come back at her because she's a strong boss lady who can handle it and she's above all of that. And then she goes back to tears again.
I get it enough from people on the right and trolls and men that hate me and want to threaten me and want me dead.
No one wants her dead. I bet as a child, the 8-year-old Abbie would always be playing the victim like this, lying to daddy to get out of trouble. But it's no wonder that men hate her. She makes regular videos and posts urging women to dump their partners for the most frivolous reasons. I saw one post where she told women to dump their partner if they followed Donald Trump, Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan or Jordan Peterson. Now, alright, I get it. Some people just have got Trump derangement syndrome. And I can see how some of Andrew Tate's comments would set off a woman like her. But if a guy listens to Joe Rogan or Jordan Peterson, then she figures that he must hate his girlfriend. I've got no sympathy if people say nasty things to her on the internet, given what she dishes out. Remember, she was saying to Clem Ford, "How can you say those things about me? You don't know me." Well, isn't that the same about those guys, Abbie? You don't know them. Just because they listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, it doesn't mean they hate their girlfriends, you poisonous skank.
I'm just trying to do what I can to help. I don't understand why she's so adamant on proving that I'm awful. I don't get it.
Lady, you do that to men and to women who don't vote with you. You go out to try and prove that they are awful people. People say I'm the one that's full of hate. No, I'm full of joy. I've got my wine here, I've got some cheese. I'm overwhelmed with positive emotions watching Abbie and Clem battle it out.
Poor Chuck, heading right for the glass cliff.
I can't believe this woman, just a few days after all the meltdowns, crying about being bullied online, she's back playing the smug righteous know-it-all and she's bullying another woman online.
But she's also the leader of the Conservative Party, and she's racist.
Of course, anyone to the right of Abbie is a racist. And I don't care much for the new Liberal leader. The entire Liberal Party is a mess right now. But the Liberals could call me a mess in return, and I wouldn't be bursting into tears. If Susan Ley shot back at Abbie, then we'd end up with another round of hysterics. Abbie would be pleading not to troll her anymore. Stop trolling me! I'm not a mental case! You don't know me!
She's a bit woo-woo. She's into numerology.
So she mocks someone for being into some hippie numerology shit, yet herself is the most mentally fragile bitch I've ever seen. I've got to admit, Skanky Clementine Ford has never had a public breakdown on Abbie's level. In fact, I think Clem usually at least comes back with a bit of a fight when she's criticised. I can't believe I said something positive about Clem. I saw her years ago on a dating app, and I believe she fell pregnant just after that time. And no, it wasn't me. I know you were all thinking that. Come on, what'd you take me for?
You don't know me at all. You're a stranger. I deal with so much every single day. I deal with insults every single day.
I get abused in my YouTube comment section. They don't attack the argument. They just abuse me. It's racist abuse against Scottish people and against white people, and it's sexist abuse against men, ageist abuse. They call out my middle-aged complexion and my thinning hair. It's really tough for me. Get a grip of yourself, woman.
Hello to all my little weird fans, my little trolls. You guys are going off in my comments. Mwah, thank you.
See, you can't act like this with such smugness and then have a breakdown in the next video. If you're going to address the trolls and act like it doesn't bother you, then you have to stick to that. Just embrace it. I mean, I truly love all my demented detractors.
But I think everyone that's commenting things like that, I know for a fact you are deeply unlikable, unintelligent, ugly, strange, isolated people who are desperate for community and validation, right?
She's accusing others of being desperate for validation. Abbie, you make videos of yourself crying and you post it in the hope of getting sympathy from the public.
I hope you guys are all recovering okay after the election, because honestly, I'm really happy with the outcome, genuinely. I wish it was minority government. It's not a minority government. What can you do? Next election is always next election, but for now, the worst outcome was avoided, and that was the main goal. That was like 95% of the goal, babe. Come on, darling. Keep up. So,
smart.
Yeah, hope you have a nice
smart.
night, and I'll be in my house that I bought by myself when I was 25 with my own money, not from the Greens.
And see, if you boast about your wealth, the wealth from your media gigs that you probably got from dishing out hand jobs to obese TV show producers, then you're going to get people calling you out.
Criticize my content, you can criticize my work, just I'm begging you to stop lying about my intentions and stop saying that I have a personality disorder.
See, I'm trying not to laugh, but I do think she's got some sort of mental disability, and maybe she shouldn't put herself out there as a public figure.
And you are encouraging trolling, you are risking my safety, and you are fucking my mental health. Please.
Clementine, you bully. You're ruining Abbie's mental health. As if Abbie's mental health status is ever anything other than broken and busted. How is your mental health this week, Abbie? Broken and busted? Aye, nothing new then, eh?
You idiot, stop. I get it, intentions.
Anyway, all of this crying, it's not convincing me. I don't know if she includes actress on her resume, but if she does, she's not a very good one. Her boyfriend has to be seen. He is the same test tube clone as Reagan's boyfriend. So that's two narcissistic, extremely progressive women, each bagging the same wet blanket boyfriend.
When voting this week, keep in mind they're called political parties.
So he's trying to make a joke about Peter Dutton, but it's really hard to sit through.
So let's treat the candidates like guests at a kick-on, shall we? Peter Dutton would be that dude making all the women uncomfortable. standing in the corner all sweaty, staring vacant.
Go to an open mic comedy night in Melbourne and this is pretty much every joke. Peter Dutton, he's like an idiot. Tony Abbott, he's such a fascist. Donald Trump, he's orange and he touches girls' vaginas. And then you get this tiny burst of put on laughter from their low energy friends in the crowd. Imagine the two of them, him and her, sitting at home just having non-stop bubble-brained conversations between themselves, occasionally bursting into tears and then back into fits of laughter and smugness. Actually, that's a behaviour that Reagan exhibits as well. Fits of laughter and crying all mixed up together.
Wow. Has there been a yeah. Obviously, how were you able to do that and be a person still?
And it was really upsetting because...
You wouldn't do it again.
I think he's a DJ. He definitely seems to be on something anyway. Maybe that's the cause of their hysterical behaviour. Substance abuse.
No, Pat's not gone up in that regard.
Yeah.
I think there's a movement afoot there.
This is just so relieving. This is just such a relief. Like, this is important. This is so important. This is so important even for, like, all our fucking mental health. Not living in a country where we think that the majority of people are hateful, or that they don't believe in climate change, or they don't believe that having policy is important. Like, this is, like, I really do believe Australians are intelligent, empathetic people as a whole. And in the lead up to this election, I feel like a lot of...
See, this was, I think this was just after the election when she thought Adam Band was still going to keep his seat. And it's just a nonsensical lefty ranting full of buzzwords. Empathy and we're educated. No, love, you are not educated. You can read a script and you can repeat the script and you scrub up half all right with a ton of makeup on and some camera filters. You can tell she was once attractive. What the hell happened to her for her to look so rough at such a young age? Has she been passed around at an Epstein party? I wonder if she's ever taken a trip to the Middle East, you know, to be used by one of those Dubai lads who are they're obsessed with shitting on Instagram influencers. I mean, I reckon that would do some mental damage to you.
If you're a woman in Australia and you think the US election doesn't affect us, just know they now have permission to be outwardly sexist and support a rapist. Just know that. In your heart, know that they now have permission. They now think that...
This is just Trump derangement syndrome. She's super smart and Trump voters are idiots. That's the gist of it.
They are the majority and they're so uneducated that they think that because they're the majority, they are right. They now have permission to be racist, transphobic. They have permission to laugh about our reproductive health and our reproductive freedoms.
How conflicted must she be inside her little head right now? Trump just got India and Pakistan to stop shooting each other. Does Abbie think that's a good thing or a bad thing? And there was a rumour the other day that Trump might recognise Palestine as a state. Like, I mean, I don't see that happening. It was probably just a misinterpreted comment that the media just ran with. But man, that would be hilarious if he did it. Just to see how Abbie flips it in her head to be a bad outcome because it came from Trump. Anyway, let's hope that Clem Ford claps back at Abbie soon because this is better than Netflix.